All right, and we are live here on YouTube for The Loop 110 here on YouTube. Welcome on in. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. But yeah, we are just getting set here for the stream, and we have a couple of things we got to fix. So, as per usual, give me a minute or two. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. Oof, all four Hendrick cars to the rear of the field for tomorrow's Xfinity Series race. Or tomorrow's Cup race, I mean. Today's the Xfinity Series. So here we go. And we are here and ready for this one. I just gotta figure out what channel race is on. There it is. Why was it not showing up as my recommended? Because NASCAR should be recommended to me any chance it can. Alright, now let's figure out what on earth is going on here. Alright. Let's see. Do. That shouldn't be. Okay, that. Okay. Oh! It's not my screen capture that's wrong. There is no fifth place on the leaderboard. What? Okay, well, I guess it's not a problem. I thought it was a problem. We don't have a problem, apparently. Man. Well, I'm glad we don't have a problem. But yeah, we are chilling out here. Let's see if we can move this camera just a little further. That doesn't feel like he did much of anything. And move it a little bit more centered. I can also just move the. Oh, no. Move my. There we go. My camera just needs to be shifted. There we go. Now we're a lot more kind of centered on the frame. Alright, so welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Again, they just got the engines fired for the Chicago Street Course NASCAR Xfinity Series race. Welcome on in. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Hey, Trev, how's it going? Alright, so yeah, we've got ourselves again, it's going to be only a 50 lap race, which feels extremely short for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Stages of 15 laps per stage. It's going to be a short sprint. We're going to see some short sprints, although the course is not exactly short. So, should hopefully still be plenty of action throughout this one. Shane Van Gisbergen going to be leading both fields from to the green between today and tomorrow in the NASCAR Cup Series race. Who do you gonna keep your eye on today? Well, I think most people I think the common answer will be the battle between SVG and Connor Zilic is going to be the battle. Although I think Connor Zilic actually kind of disappointed in qualifying. I don't know. Maybe he had again. I didn't get a chance to watch any of Xfinity practice or qualifying. Honestly, may have had some sort of issue in that one. So let's see. Where is he starting? Yeah, starting 35th, there's no way Connor Zilic actually put down a lap. So Connor Zilic did not turn a lap. He will have to come from deep in the field. SVG on the pole position. It is going to be tough. But I think that battle, both of them sharing sponsorship and both of them going to be driving for the same team next year at the Cup level, I think that is going to be the battle to watch. I'd love to see maybe Justin Allgaier or one of the other drivers, because we do have a lot of really good and talented road course racers around. Like Nick Sanchez, not bad at road courses. Driving car number 48, starts in the 8th position. We got some other guys like Jesse Love, who hasn't exactly he hasn't won at a non oval. In fact, I don't think he's won outside of I think he only has the wins at super speedways currently, but say he looked pretty good at the road courses earlier. Let's see. You're not gonna lie, Connor Zilic was in my top 3 today, but it was either gonna be Justin Allgaier or Connor Zilic. I think was going to battle with SVG for the win. Yeah, again, I think it's SVG's race. It's basically going to be the SVG 110 here, but Again, I think Zilich has the best shot to contend with SVG just because really the rest of the Xfinity Series field, I mean, I said they're not bad road racers. Problem is, to keep up with SVG and Zilich, you need to be more than just not bad. I mean, let's look down through some of the other ones. We got Alex LeBay in 14th, Preston Pardus in the in car 50, starting in 12th. A couple of the road course ringers that only race the road courses. Austin Green has had some good road course finishes as a part-time driver for Jordan Anderson Racing. But yeah, besides that, then we got Andre Castro. Kaz Gralla actually has a top 10 finish in the Cup Series at a road course back at the Daytona Road Course when he had to step in for a sick Austin Dillon who had tested positive for COVID during the 2020 season. Gralla got called up midweek, so he got that opportunity. Then you got Zilich, and that really is pretty close to it for at least known road course stars. Now, every race is a good chance for a new road course star to be born, but for every road course star to be born, there's also 10 that never figure it out. AJ Allmendinger in the booth today for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race, I believe. And yeah, he leads pretty much every single category in the Xfinity Series on road courses. Wins, top fives, top tens, top lead lap finishes, laps led. Yeah, it's like Justin Allgaier got lucky and won his first championship. I would love to see him win a second championship if possible, driving for Dale Jr. at Junior Motorsports. I don't think. I don't think he'll win the Cup championship for Dale Jr. I'd like to see him get some more starts in the Junior Motorsports number 40 because I think, yeah, data proved that the Cup car, the Junior Motorsports number 40 car at Daytona, absolutely lit the Dale Jr. fans ablaze, and they are a powerful force in terms of TV marketing. So I would love to see Dale Jr. in the 40 car get back out there to try and run some of the some races down the stretch. Maybe getting to race at say Iowa, which I believe is the home of his sponsor, the red one. What is it? Brandt, the Brandt Agricultural one. They run a corn cob on the side of the thing. I'm assuming they're from Iowa, but honestly, corn could be anywhere in the Midwest. So, but yeah, when it comes to Cup though, I don't see Dale Jr. going full time anytime super soon. Because I think he would only go to Cup full time if as a team if they were able to secure a charter. And right now, there's a lot of teams vying for them, and not a lot of them available. So hopefully, we'll get to see that at some point in the future, but it's nothing imminent right now. So, yeah, I mean the number 9 has been the all-star car for Junior Motorsports. We saw Ross Chastain in it earlier this year. We've seen Kyle Larson come down and drive the 9. So SVG being in the 9. I mean, I'm kind of surprised he didn't. He didn't race for Colleague the way he did in his full-time season. But honestly, the Junior Motorsports car is probably just better. And if the sponsors are willing to pay for better, why limit yourself to a lesser Xfinity Series team? So, yeah, will definitely be an interesting one, though, to watch. I'm looking forward to this one. Hopefully, you guys are as well. So, yeah, there we go. Let's be real. I would love to see a road course race, last lap or two, come down to Chase Elliott and SVG battling. Yeah, I mean, again, Elliott just does not seem to get his hands around this new car if the road courses the way he had the old car figured out on the road courses. So, I mean, I'd like to see him get back into it. I'd like to see Kyle Busch. I mean, he looked good at Circuit of the Americas earlier this year at the first road race. So I'd like to see him be competitive here today. Tomorrow, for Kyle Busch. Michael McDowell starting second. again, I'm no shock. No surprise. I'm a big Michael McDowell fan. I don't hide that at all. I'd love to see Michael McDowell win and get into the playoffs. Obviously, the Kyle Busch jersey speaks for itself on why I want Kyle Busch to win. But yeah, I mean, as I would love to see Elliott kind of regain some of that dominance, but it feels like SVG has kind of taken that mantra of the road course superstar there. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, you'd like to see him win number 2 before he moves up to Cup. Again, remember, Allgaier is not exactly young. I think he's let's do our research before I say a number, but I think he's close to 40 already. I mean, it's not that you can't get up there by that point. Let's see. Justin Allgaier age. Yeah, Justin Allgaier turns 40 next year, which, again, that is about the end of a prime for a Cup Series driver. So I think he'll probably race another 3 to 4 years in Xfinity until Junior has another driver ready to take that seat. Because right now, I don't really feel like Junior has an obvious successor to take that seat in the Xfinity Series. So, and as long as Brandt is still there, and as long as they're still winning races, I don't see any reason to really change up what they got here. So, I also agree with that when it comes to Junior Motorsports making an appearance in the Cup Series. Again, it's one of those things where it just monetarily is such a high price to be able to enter the NASCAR Cup Series, and especially when you have no guarantee of actually making it in. Like, for example, for the Cup race tomorrow, we have Corey Heim for 2311 Racing will miss the race tomorrow, as he was not able to turn a faster lap than what Catherine Legg put down. So Corey Heim will not be a part of the NASCAR Cup Series race tomorrow, despite attempting to qualify. And that would be the thing that Junior would be fearing if he did try and make a start. Because if you are the car that pushes that car count over 40, you're also potentially opening yourself up to missing out on a win there, or on a chance to even race. So, and you're still paying all that money to enter the race, even though you aren't going to get to run it. So, yeah, again, that is one of those things. But yeah, again, where he's already 40. Again, we've seen drivers like Allmendinger, like Denny Hamlin, like Harvick be able to make decent runs in their early to mid 40s, but usually by age 43 to 45, that's when drivers kind of start to have their major fall off, and in some cases it happens even earlier than that. So I would be shocked if we see Allgaier run more than about 3 to 4 more years, especially if they do find their next superstar. So yeah, exactly. And again, if you have a sponsor willing to foot the bill, sure, you can probably make that work on the pocketbook. But say, trying to find a sponsor in this economy that's willing to foot an entire bill for a NASCAR Cup Series team, I mean, it just does not happen very often. I do not know why we are not getting 5th place on the leaderboard, but I would like to see that fixed. Because say number 5, the 5th place car is actually another road ringer that I completely forgot to mention because he wasn't on my list. So yeah, that's. Let me see if my phone's got the leaderboard. Yeah, so it's Jack Perkins driving the number 19 car, and he's another road ringer driving for Gibbs Racing. So that would be another driver I would say that could potentially contend with SVG. But yeah, no idea why he's not on the leaderboard. Alright, yeah, so we are chilling here, getting ready for this one. I'm going to try refreshing my leaderboard down here, see if that gives us Fifth place driver, nope. So we're just gonna have to basically wait for the green flag to drop and hope that maybe when they do the green flag that they'll update that. As like keys to victory lane, surviving the chaos and protecting track position. Those are two of the biggest keys at this type of track. Because yeah, well, yeah, and again, that would mean that he would have to get into Cup immediately and have to find his footing immediately. Which, as we've seen with this new next gen car, it is not an immediate adaptation car. I mean, every once in a while, when you have a driver that's perfectly suited for the track, like Shane Van Gisbergen, you can find a driver that works really well, or like Corey Heim, who's adapted really well to the Cup Series car in his limited starts. But it is rare to see a driver that well adjusted that early, and especially for a 40-year-old to adjust. I think Allgaier is very happy just running the Xfinity Series car, contending for wins and potential championships. All right, so I see the lights going back on the pace car, so I believe we are going to go at least one more time around here before we see the green flag. All right, so there we go. Someone tossing a beer can at somebody else as they go to commercial break. But yeah, I actually thought he might have already been 40, 41, but no, he turned 29 or 39 last month, so he'll be turning 40 next June. So yeah, it's one of those things where you just kind of hitting that age cliff, and when it hits, it hits. So I mean, look no further than like the fall off that Jimmy Johnson had when he say in around that same time frame when he hit about 41, 42, combined with that crazy wreck in the at Pocono that everybody kind of attributes to the downfall of Jimmy Johnson. Say between all that though, Jimmy really fell off quite say drastically without a brand new next gen car. Next gen car definitely hasn't helped him in his part time starts, but again, it just seems to be a universal thing. The only driver I can think of really in recent times that beat that allegation was Mark Martin, who had a competitive Cup season at I believe like 49 or 50. Mark Martin was still running competitive Cup races, but again, that is one example from the last 35, 40 years that I can think of drivers who really raced that well into their late 40s, early 50s. Then you have to go back to like the Petty era before you find another one, probably. There we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Currently a commercial break. They're at commercial break on TV, so we are just kind of chilling out here talking. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. We did get a chance to chill out at the dirt track last night. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that stream. There will be some clips from that one, especially the truck that nearly did the flip and win. So that'll be a fun clip, hopefully, for you guys. But as of right now, though, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Right now we're just kind of shuffling some cards here to one because I need to get this deck sufficiently shuffled before I start using it, and that is not what I would consider sufficiently shuffled. So we'll just keep going here, trying to split up some of the duplicates here. Because, yeah, when I started this, all the duplicates were kind of together. And here we go. Coming back from commercial break, we should hopefully be doubled up, ready to go racing here at the Chicago Street Course. Lights are off on the pace car. Let's see. Again, pace laps here, that's going to be one thing, is that the pace laps here are so long that it definitely does take at least some amount of toll here on the time of the race. That it is a 50 lap race, 110 miles, It's going to be a fast-paced one, but just got to wait and see how fast-paced it ends up being. So there we go. They are setting this one up. Pace car is off. Field in the hands of SVG and Austin Hill as they lead them down into the final corner here onto the main straightaway. And here we go. Green, green, green. Green flag is out. We are racing here. SVG clears Austin Hill for the lead early on here. He's going to lead them down into turn one. He's got Sheldon Creed on his back bumper trying to follow him through. Although we got the there we go again. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So again, 15 laps in stage one is going to make it a very short race here. It's just going to be a matter of survival. Again, right now, so far, Jack Perkins has not moved, and we still do not have a fifth place driver on the board yet. All right, so there we go. Again, we are chilling. All right, here we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. We got, again, SVG is just settling into this lead, driving away from this one. Looks like Austin Hill losing a couple of spots here on the track. All right, Sheldon Creed up 2 spots here from the start of the race. Austin Hill has dropped down 1. Allgaier up 2 spots. Mayer's dropped 2. Sammy Smith also jumping up 2 spots on the leaderboard. So, a couple of different Chevy drivers all jumping up as they jumped up 2 spots. Alright, so there we go. 2 laps in so far. SVG does have the best lap, and yeah, he's trying to slowly but surely scoot away from everybody else on track. Alright, so here we go. The 48 of Sanchez up the inside on car number redacted there on the 19 as for whatever reason we don't have a the 5, or we didn't have the 5 on track. Now that he's moved back to 6, he's still not on screen. So so right now we are oh, hey, Sheldon Creed actually gonna try and put the bumper to the back bumper of SVG. Here we go. Creed holding on really well here. I thought SVG was just going to drive away with this one, but. All right, let's see again right now. Creed, Allgaier, Mayer. Again, this is an interesting top 5, but. Again, right now, as long as SVG can get away from this field and start to build up his legacy, he'll be good. Alright, so again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. SVG has cleared the battle for the lead, and he is trying to start to walk this one away. Currently 3 laps in to a 15-lap stage. And they are going to go to commercial break. I am probably going to run upstairs, grab myself a water, and I will be right back, guys. Alright. I'll be right back, guys. We are in a side-by-side. We're 3 laps in. So. Alright, back from commercial break, and oh, we got a caution flag. Number 19 is around in turn 6 there. So there we go. Alright. We're back. Sorry about that. Had technical issues before the race, so I didn't end up going and getting my water before the race. Alright, so far SVG has led the entire race. All 5 laps of it. We are currently into the caution flag here as the 19 has some significant rear end damage, but the positive thing is that our leaderboard should be all good now to, oh, it's got that weird little sliver. All right, there we go. That's pretty close to perfect. A little narrow in the SVG's name, but it will work. Not to mention it isn't quite wide enough for SVG's name, but again, right now we've got ourselves Van Gisbergen, Creed, Hill actually with the fastest lap of the day for this one. Good job to Austin Hill for being able to steal that one away from Van Gisbergen for 5 seconds. So we are currently 1/3 of the way through stage 1 already. Nice quick race again. An absolute sprint race going on here today. Let's go ahead and skip around to ads and see where we go from here. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so there we are. I do plan on doing it. I've got video ideas in the works. I just haven't had the chance to actually sit down and record them. So hopefully we'll have at least one video midweek now that I don't have 6 live streams this upcoming week. Because, yeah, the dirt track definitely wore... dirt track plus the... plus the Celebration of America 300 on Tuesday, Wednesday definitely wore me out this week. But yeah, so Bubba Wallace is actually the fastest car in Cup Series practice today, which is a little interesting. Something to keep an eye on there. Alright, so they go to a full screen commercial break, and we're just chilling out here. We'll be here for the entire NASCAR Cup Series race tomorrow as well. That should be a good one. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more competitive, as we do have I do think the road course talent in the Cup Series is some of the best it's ever been. When we look at the Cup Series starting lineup here for tomorrow's race, we got SVG obviously on pole, but then we got Michael McDowell, host of our Reddick, Briscoe the top 5, Kyle Busch in 6th, Busher, who outdueled SVG at Watkins Glen last year. Starting in the 8th position. Ty Gibbs, who got his first Xfinity Series win on the road course and Daytona. Alex Bowman, last year's winner. You've got Christopher Bell, who got his first career win at the Cup Series level on the Daytona road course. Then you've got Larson, infamous for being one of the fastest, although he is going to have to go to the rear of the field, so that 14th place finish will not stand. Then you got the obvious AJ Allmendinger. Ryan Blaney's been pretty good at the road courses too. Daniel Suarez, his first career Cup Series win coming at the Sonoma Raceway. Will Brown, who's being brought in specifically because his skill set is similar to that of SVG. So that's another good road ringer. And we're not even through the top 20 yet. Todd Gilliland spent his last couple years learning from McDowell, so and he has a top 5 at the Indy road course a couple years ago, so don't count him out. Chastain, first career Cup win was on a road course, although that's about the only real positive I can say about him there. Noah Gragson, I think, is better left off this list because I'm pretty sure he still has a Baconator car buried in the in one of those Baconator barrier walls. Austin Cindric, another great road racer, starting down the grid. Then you've got Austin Hill, who's doing double duty today and tomorrow. Catherine Legg, who bumped her way into the field. Then you've got Bubba Wallace, who topped the practice charts. William Byron, Chase Elliott, two of the better road racers for Hendrick. And then you got Denny Hamlin, who will round out the field. Again, Corey Heim, 2.8 seconds shy. 2.8 seconds out of the spot. And only 1/10 shy of making it into the field behind Catherine Legg for that final spot. I don't know why the rest of the 2311 and the for motorsports cars today weren't considered open cars because they did lose their preliminary injunction, but so Bubba Wallace would have gotten the DQ if that had been the case, but that was not the case. So Bubba Wallace does make it in at the expense of Corey Heim. I feel like that does weaken the field a little bit, but again, if they're playing by the rule book, at least I'm perfectly fine with them making the right decision on paper. Even if I would be a little bit more enthusiastic if we were seeing the other driver. Not to mention, I'd like to see Bubba have a shot at potentially winning the race today and locking himself into the playoffs. That would be insane. I keep saying race today. Cup race tomorrow. Alright, so there we go. Alright, but yeah, we are chilling out here. We got 21 people hanging out in chat again. Thank you guys for everybody that's decided to spend a portion of your day here. As it looks like Williams Sawallich has come to a stop somewhere around the racetrack, and it looks like he may have another DNF. His 5th DNF in the last 10 races. I mean, that is a brutal one. Assuming that he is unable to finish this one out. Again, appears to have stopped somewhere else around the track. Cars are continuing to pace. Lights are still on the pace car, so we are just kind of in a wait and see type mode here. But I would like to see them get this thing back going. So there we go. Alright, so there we go. And so they're talking about, so they're listening to SVG's radio once again, which is not really a surprise considering the fact that SVG is the car to beat today. Although again, they've only run they've run only 5 green flag laps so far, so we've still got plenty of time for things to change here. Alright, so we are just chilling out here. They're talking about the Joe Gibbs racing order, and again, 3 of the Joe Gibbs cars outside the top 25. Taylor Gray started at the rear and hasn't moved has only moved up to 29th. Sawalich and Perkins both have had trouble under this caution flag. Perkins being the reason for the caution, and Sawalich also having an issue here. But they're doubled up, ready to go back racing. Let's see. What's it going to be here? Here we go. Green. Green flag is out. We are going to have 7 laps to go as we go green flag racing here. Everybody off the off of corner number 12 here. SVG down to the down into the lead here. He's going to try and see if he can hold on to this one all the way home to the end of stage 1. Although we might see him try and flip the stage, although I don't know how effective that strategy is when the stages are this short. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, here we go. And the 48 of Sanchez looking all over the back bumper of the 7 car, trying to find a way around him, but unfortunately caught him at the narrow part of the racetrack and has now kind of left his rear bumper by a tenth or two as they get onto the actual wide part of the straightaway and could actually possibly pull up, pass off. And I'm curious to see how long it takes SVG to break Austin Hill's speed record. But yeah, so again, right now we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. But yeah, we are. As I say again, Zilich trying to make his way through this field here. He's been stuck a little bit further back than he would like. Alright, here we go. Again, biggest mover so far. Zilich up 19 spots. Nobody else is up more than 8. Josh Williams up 8 spots. DeBenedetto up 7 spots. So we got some good passing going on as we got a driver looking up the inside. It's Austin Green looking up the inside of 2 wide here. Trying to make some passes here as they get onto the wide part of the straightaway. And yeah, Austin Green making some aggressive moves here in line, trying to gain some spots here. All right, so again, Chicago though, I honestly would rather see them go back to the Chicago Oval. I feel like we have enough road courses that we don't need we don't need necessarily the idea of a street course. Although I do think it looks good on TV. I would just question if maybe Chicago isn't the right plan. And goes wide the 14 of Connor Mozak, wide and into the tire barrier. A very light impact. But we'll have to wait and see if, 1, if he gets back going, and 2, if he doesn't get back going, what the issue could be there. Connor Mozak. Oh, there we go. He's finally starting to move to try and get himself out of that off the tire barrier, and he goes ahead and fixes this one around. And oh, he's got a flat tire. He's starting to spark all the way around this racetrack. So whatever it is, the so again, right now, the and that's the 19 car as well, trying to 19's got a flat tire as well. So we got 2 drivers out there with flat tires trying to nurse them back around. I'm against the idea of trying to throw a caution at every possible moment. This might be one of those times I throw the caution to try and at least give everybody a chance to try and sort things out, because this is ridiculous. Alright, so there we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Looks like they've managed to stay on the racetrack and staying green here as SVG leads them around Daytona. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. 4 laps to go here. Connor Zillage trying to make his way through this field. Zillage has made his way to 11th here. He's looking for the 10th spot on Paris. Alright, so there we go. 4 laps to go. 4 more times around here. Oh, man. Again, I apologize for the low energy. I am just a little tired from a full day of work, but we are here. Again, SVG has just led the entirety of this one. Zillage, though, just took the fastest lap away from Austin Hill. There we go. Funny how SVG is out front leading this thing, but can't seem to turn the fastest lap of the day, despite the fact that he's supposed to be the guy who drives off and leaves everybody behind. And here we go. Jesse Love jumps to pit road here, along with a couple other drivers in the back of the field who. Alright, here we go. Yeah, Jesse Love getting fuel and tires here to try and gain some track position at the stage end. We'll have to wait and see what SVG and the others do when they come back around. Alright, so there we go. Brandon Jones also on pit road getting his service done. Alright, so here we go. 3 laps to go. 3 more times around. Alright, so again, SVG making his way through this one. Just trying to find anything other than SVG to talk about, but so far the camera angles aren't giving us much. Yeah, I think Nick Sanchez would be an interesting winner here. I'd love to. Alright, so here we go. Coming off the corner. Are we going to see them close? Okay, they've already closed pit road, so SVG and others have committed to staying out for this one. Alright, come on. 2 laps to go here at the Chicago Street Course here. SVG out in front of the field. 2 laps left in stage 1. But yeah, here we go. And we got a yellow flag. Yellow. Yellow's on track here. Alright, caution flag is going to basically end the stage here as Brad Perez into the tire barrier. Alright, so that one, once the yellow is officially deployed, will end this one. There we go. Caution flag comes to get in the tire area of turn 2. go. White flag will be out for the leader here at the 2.2 mile road course. But yeah, so the 45 of Brad Perez just loses it. Yeah, going down past the, I believe that's the alternate start finish line. So he ends up colliding there. And yeah, so they're gonna go to a full screen commercial break. I'm gonna run and grab something real quick, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. They are still under caution flag here. SVG leads the first 15 laps uninterrupted, outside of interrupted by cautions, but that's not what we're referring to. Now they're going to be coming down pit road. We're going to see some changes here. Yeah, let's see where SVG ends up coming out after a run down pit road. Again, we know a couple of drivers are planning on staying out to shake some things up, but we are chilling here. It's actually really cold here down in the basement, but. And, SVG stays on the racetrack. The only driver to stay on the racetrack here, Shane Van Gisbergen. Staying on the racetrack here, will not lose the lead. All right, let's see. But yeah, we got ourselves a pretty good one here. All right, so there we go. Race off pit road. It is Creed, Hill, Mayer, the front three off pit road. So not a lot changing at the front of the field. All right, so there we go. Again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. But yeah, these caution laps are definitely long. Alright, there we go. Again, we are just waiting this one out. Currently under the caution flag, working the first lap of stage 2. Again, SVG so far has led wire to wire all the way through. If you guys got any topics you guys want me to talk about, feel free to let me know because yeah, during these road course races, the things tend to slow down quite drastically in terms of things to talk about. So there we go. Because yeah, these caution laps take about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. In fact, actually, the caution laps have taken 3.5 minutes to complete. So there we go. I will say I am hoping that I can get some hopefully some TCG gameplay on the gaming channel here at some point as well. Figure gaming doesn't have to be just video games, although my preferred version of gaming is typically video games. There we go. So right now it's SVG, Jeb Burton, Christian Eckes, Jesse Love, Williams, Preston Pardis, Daniel Dye, Ryan Ellis, Thomas Enezitia, and Anthony Alfred in the top 10. We got Brandon Jones in 11th here. So it's a very shuffled up field right now. Not really much to write home about. Alright, so there we go. Oh, we got they were advertising some Sea Dogs games, which started yesterday and are going today and tomorrow, which is not exactly great timing for that commercial to be playing. But yeah, we are just relaxing here, getting ready for this one. Hopefully everybody's having a good time still. But yeah, we are waiting for the coming back from commercial break here. Should hopefully have a good one here. Again, we're getting ready for the race start. I'm actually looking forward to this one. Let's see. But yeah, this track is so weird the way they have those two corners nearly meeting with the with turn 6 and whatever the other turn is numbered. Alright, so there we go. Alright, doubled up, ready to go back racing. And again, SVG out in front of the field in command of this one as we go green, green, green. Green flag's out. We are going to be back to racing here. Oh, nope. Sorry, I thought they were at the last corner already. I guess they still got another corner or two to go. As there we go, the pace car making the the head. No, okay, yeah, here we go. This is the final corner here. And it is going to be SVG versus the 8 here as they round this corner onto the main straightaway. No, that's not the main straightaway either. Okay, they need to do a better job of zooming out this camera angle just a little bit so it's easier to tell which spot is which. Not to mention the fact that RB sponsors most of this track. Here it is, the pass on the main straightaway. Green, 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 green flags out. We are back to racing. SVG away with the lead here. Jeb Burton up to second here. Jesse Love gonna see if he can jump up into the third position over Eckes here. Alright, so there we go. Again, 4 laps into this stage. Again, another 15-lap stage. Fairly short stages. These stages are going to go by in a flash here. I'm not sure who the first driver on tires is. I think it might be Brandon Jones in 12th. Alright, so there we go. Again, right now we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, come on. Let's see what we got here. Come on. Here we go. Yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. I will say I'm looking forward to being able to go upstairs, get some lunch, and we will be able to go ahead and grab that. But can't eat down here anyway, so we are currently 30 laps away. 30 laps away from the end of this one. It's actually going to be a very short race. 15, 15, and 20 laps, the distance of the stages. We're currently working lap 20 here of 50. There we go. Alright, chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. SVG is just completely crushing the field here. Jesse Love's gotten to second here, but he's 3.7 seconds back of the leader, which is just insanity. Alright, so yeah, right now we're just chilling out here. Nobody with a pit stop. Oh no, the last pit stop thing I don't think is working because Austin Hill has definitely made a pit stop and he is up 4 spots. He and Sheldon Creed both came into the pits that last time by. So it looks like the top 8 have all stayed out up to this point. Alright, so again, we are just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. SVG extending his lead to 4 seconds over the rest of the field, and they are not really showing many of the other battles in the field. Alright, so yeah, right now I'm currently under the green flag here. Everybody driving as fast as they humanly can here, but SVG is just on another level. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so now we are chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright. Come on, come on, come on. SVG now up to a 5-second lead. It is continuing to grow here as we're at a side-by-side commercial break, so we have really not had much to go off of. Alright, so here we go again. Right now we're just working our way through this one. Let's see. Man. Again, I knew SVG was going to dominate, but man, I want to see that guy at the back of the field just because I think it would be entertaining watching him come charging through the field. We know he would do it. It's just a matter of how long it would take him to make his way through the field. Alright, so there we go. And the fact the last pit stop thing isn't working really doesn't help either with trying to figure this one out. Alright, so we're just chilling out here. So far, SVG is looking like he is set up to lead the first the first 30 laps uncontested here. Alright, so right now we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. 7-second lead for SVG. He's won the last 2 times he's won a stage. He's won the race at the end of the day. So Alright, so again, right now we're just working our way through this one. And again, up to 8 seconds now to lead for SVG over Jesse Love. Hey, everything, how's it going? Sorry, I'm just really tired from work today. Oh, and oh no, DiBenedetto with a flat tire. No! Not to mention, this race has been absolutely decimated by SVG. SVG currently 8 seconds out ahead. But yeah, right now we're just chilling out here. But Shane gives Wiggins lead, maybe in trouble here as Matt DiBenedetto now has a flat tire. Depending on if we can get the lead to. Alright, so again, right now SVG is just decimating this field. Man, there's not much we can really do about it. Yesterday was pretty good. And we're gonna see the near flip and win. It was definitely fun. And oh, caution flag flies! 6 laps to go. Caution flag flies. All right, so you made it 20 laps on. You made it 25 laps on fuel with 2 caution periods. 2 or 3 caution periods in there. All right, so there we go. We're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. So they're gonna go ahead and bunch the field back together here. Open pit road for the leaders. I assume we're gonna see almost everybody coming down pit road. Yeah, we should have some clips either tomorrow morning or Monday from the last 2 weeks at the short track, at the dirt track, and then some that will be coming out from the Oxford Plains Speedway too. So there we go. We also got podcast tomorrow night, so that should be good. I'm looking forward to that. If you guys want to check out the Lap Down podcast that I am a part of, it should be, I believe. Let me just double check, make sure the updated link is in here. Yeah, so it is the bottom link in the description. The Lap Down podcast. It's a podcast that I am part of. Yeah, we react pretty much each and every week to the race the week before. In addition to that, we also go and make race picks for the upcoming race weekend. My pick for tomorrow is in, and it is Mike McDowell. One, I wanted to take a pick with absolutely no bias involved, and I ended up with Mike McDowell because, yep, go Michael. But yeah, so there we go. That's what I want to win. But yeah, we are chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. I will say, races are definitely always a little bit better when I actually have a proper amount of sleep the night before. Connors Village up into the top 10. There we go. So 7 laps of caution through 25 laps. Not sure if we can expect that down the stretch. If we can get if we can get that final 20 lap run all green, that would be insane. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. I was hoping to get a little bit more of a nap in after after work today, but it did not happen. But yeah, we are chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright. Yep, you want Byron to win. I know you mentioned yesterday that you were a Byron fan. So yeah. But all four HMS cars having to come from the back of the field is going to be insane. Yeah, all four. That is confirmed, by the way. All four Henry Motorsports cars either didn't turn a lap in qualifying, so they were starting at the back anyway, or had to go to the back due to either unapproved adjustments or backup cars. 4 for 4, which is an insane hit rate on that one. And here we go. SVG going to give up the first and only lead of the race so far. The lead has changed. Jesse Love, your new race leader, as he has and there we go. They've actually got the leaderboard stuff up now. So yeah, Jesse Love having pit at lap 11, currently your race leader. Then you got Sheldon Creed and Hill, who both pit at the end of the last stage at lap 15. Burton currently the only driver who is pit very short, which is lap 6 was the last time he was on pit road for fuel. So there we go. Alright, let's see. So again, Zilich up into the top 10 here. Zilich has got that, plus the new fastest lap award working in his favor. All that to say that SVG is going to be coming with a head of steam through this field. So yeah, there's the Watkins Glen Xfinity Series win for the rookie of for the 88. Then he went and won his first oval at Pocono a couple weeks ago with Dale Jr. on the pit box. He also won Circuit of the Americas earlier this year, so that's yeah, say for a very young driver there, Connor Zilich is doing a masterful job. All right. Well, we're just chilling out here. We've crossed the 1,000 view mark. Thank you guys for everybody that's decided to spend a portion of your very valuable afternoon here with us. We are getting ready for this one. Lights are off on the pace car. We should be going back racing this time. Bye. All right, let's go ahead and skip around to ads and keep this train rolling. All right, so let's see. Where is SVG going to be coming from here? Oh, we got a car stalled on the track, and we're probably going to run this one to the end of the stage. As a car, the 91 of Balicki has stalled, and there is smoke in and around the cockpit. He has climbed from it. And let's see. SVG is going to be coming from 19th place on the grid. Preston Pardus actually beat him off pit road. That's actually pretty impressive that somebody was able to be in and out of the pits faster than SVG. So Shane will have to be in 19th place to try and contend for this one. You know what? Hey, let's go ahead and get the let's go ahead and get a tracker going here. Give me a second. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, add browser, new, boom. All right, so that should be the mini web page here. And properties, we want it to be the full window. Then we can shrink it down by whatever we need. Okay, there we go. Yep, that's nice and big. All right, interact. Boom. All right, so we need to interact. We need to hide away the race tracker. That way we can. Come on. How do we scroll? Hmm. All right, this might be a little tougher than I thought. Try this. There we go. Interact. We're going to go ahead and we are going to go ahead and put the highlight on Shane Vegasberg in here. All right, here we go. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. We are back to racing. 2 laps to go on the stage. Let's go. All right, so we got the SVG tracker right up above there. That'll just basically track SVG's movement throughout the field. So while he is not at the front of the field, we'll be able to keep an eye on where exactly he is throughout this one. But here we go. 2 laps to go. Creed versus Love. Dueling it out at the front of the field. Jesse Love trying to hold off Sheldon Creed. Sheldon Creed trying to take this one away. Creed to the lead. There we go. Sheldon Creed takes the lead here. The 2 RCR cars both right behind him. Zilich is all the way up to 6th here. He is looking for more here. He wants to try and take some of these spots. Zilich going to be looking for 5th on... looking for 5th. Up to 4th. Up to 4th goes Zilich. Zilich is all the way up to the 4th position here, making massive moves here through the field. And again, we're just waiting to see where Zilich will find himself, which victory lane he'll find himself in at this point. Because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when he wins his next race. It's just a matter of which track. And honestly, I wouldn't rule it out being today, because he looks fast. He's got the fastest lap award here. But yeah, so far though, SVG up 5 spots on the opening lap of the restart here. Always a fun start there for SVG. All right, so 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go in this stage. Closing in on the end of lap. Currently working lap 30 here. SVG up 4 spots since the restart here. Sanchez is up 5 spots for Sanchez, 3 for Connor Zilic, 3 for Gray, 2 for Smith, and 1 spot up for Sheldon Creed. So yeah, here we go. Again, 11 is down to 1 lap to go. Only 1 more time around. 1 more chance here for Creed, for Love, for anyone else to try and make something happen. And speaking of making something happen, here goes SVG up the inside, trying to take some spots here away from some people, and there we go. SVG should move his way up into, what would that be, 8th or 9th? Let's see. No, it's not going to be that high up because I just realized the guys ahead of him probably just dropped further back rather than. Here we go. Green and white checkers. It's going to be Sheldon Creed, Jesse Love, the top 2. Austin Hill 3rd. 4th, Zilic. 5th is where we're going to find Sammy Smith. 6th, Jeb Burton. 7th, Josh Williams. 8th, Justin Allgaier. 9th, Brandon Jones. And rounding out your top 10 with the final stage point of the day, Thomas and Ezetia coming home with a top 10 finish. Sam Mayer, the first driver to miss out on stage points. Hey Diane, how's it going? Alright, so again, we are chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Yeah, we are just chilling here, getting this one ready. Doing pretty good. A little tired, and certainly the amount of lead changes early in this race certainly were not helping. That as SVG led the first. Oh, how many laps did SVG end up leading earlier? SVG ended up leading the first 25 laps uninterrupted. So yeah, he led the entire first stage, and then 10 laps into the second stage is when he finally relinquished the lead to come to pit road. And now I'm expecting that he'll get the lead back when the rest of them all cycle through their pit stop here at the end of the stage, as his pit stop only came 5 laps ago. And we believe he can make it to the end of this race, so that is going to make this one a very dominant one here. SVG also starting on pole in tomorrow's Cup race that we will be racing in. But yeah, Shane Van Gisbergen, he was brought in for one reason and one reason only, and it was to decimate these road courses. And already today he went and qualified on the Cup Series pole earlier this afternoon. And now he's racing in the NASCAR Xfinity Series and dominating here today. We also had 4 cautions for 10 laps, which doesn't sound like a ton, but has been, when the caution laps are taking like 3-4 minutes apiece, it definitely feels like a lot. But yeah, again, Cup Series, they've got the round 2 of the in-season tournament thing tomorrow, although Supposedly 0 perfect brackets remain, which is kind of alarming that after only one round, they already have no surprises where, hey, maybe one fan had a shot at the million. Well, I'll be live. I'll be live here tomorrow, but yeah, I'm unfortunately not going to be. I've never gone to the Chicago street course. I probably never will, unfortunately. But I will be in person for Bristol and New Hampshire, 2 in a row. Yeah, SVG on the pole position tomorrow. Michael McDowell starting in the second position. He is my pick for the win. So hoping that 71 can get it done tomorrow. But yeah, and we also had the first non-Daytona 500 bump in nearly a decade as Corey Heim will not be racing in tomorrow's NASCAR Cup Series race as he got bumped out by Catherine Legg and the Live Fast Motorsports team, which is insane that they managed to bump out a 2311 car with Corey Heim in it. Just one rough qualifying session, and that can do it to you. But yeah, right now we are chilling this one out. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Alright, so yeah, we are chilling here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. Yeah, we are just waiting for this one. We're just waiting this one out. Let's see. Okay, you've never left the province. Okay, yep, was born in Alberta and lived in Alberta your whole life. Yep. Oh, trust me, I'm totally aware of that. I've lived in Maine for a decent chunk of my life, so we are literally just Canada, but a little bit to the south. So, yeah, very much aware of the provinces. I've actually gotten to go up to Canada once or twice for with my mom for work back when she used to work at a Canadian-based company who at their U.S. branch at one of their U.S. branches. So every once in a while, she would take a trip up to Montreal for work, and every once in a while, I'd get to go with her. So yeah, I've gotten to do a little bit more traveling, but Alberta, trying to remember which province that is because I am not great with my Canadian geography. I know Montreal and Quebec are kind of like the area right above Maine. Is that like Western Canada, if I'm not mistaken? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So that's up over Montana. So it's not the furthest west. You've got British Columbia to the west, but it's pretty far west. So yeah, there's not really a NASCAR race that's very easy to get to. But yeah, yeah. Besides British Columbia, yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's one of those very western ones because you're definitely west of Toronto, which is kind of my gauge for whether or not you're western or eastern of Canada. Is basically just, yep. Are you east or west of Toronto? And that's basically the answer. And if I'm wrong, feel free to tell me. But that pretty much seems to be about how the state is. Very similar to how if you're north of Virginia, a lot of people will call you the Northeast, even though personally I think the Northeast starts north of New Jersey. But yeah, yeah, the NASCAR Canada Series. Yeah, I've heard that series is a ton of fun. I haven't gotten to see any of it, but I would love to see NASCAR racing north of the border again, potentially Canadian Tire. I've heard a lot of talk about Montreal. Montreal would be cool, but I think Canadian Tire is more so built for stock car racing, and I think would produce a better race. But it is a lesser overall Hizzle. He can go to a race in the Canada Series. Yep. Yeah, that's the nice thing about that's the nice thing about local tracks is that you can go to races without having to go far from home. Like, I love the fact that I've got a racetrack now that's 30 minutes from home for me at the with the local dirt track. We were live from the grandstands there the other day. We'll also be covering live for the sprint car weekend when they have sprint cars up here July 25th. That should be a ton of fun. But, yep. And I say we also had Kyle Busch racing here in the. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what that's about. That's some new top fans thing that YouTube's been doing. I have absolutely no idea how it works or what it's in relation to, but yeah, there's like a new X. And I say I remember seeing it on a stream I was hanging out in a while back. So yeah, and it's like they've got an XP number. I don't know if like the amount you donate is related to that, or if it's down to just chat messages, and the fact that you and one other person have both sent chat messages having the number 1 and number 2 spots on whatever leaderboard that is. I legit have absolutely no idea. Yeah, it seems to be something that YouTube's trying to experiment with, and they'll just roll it out at random times and on random streams because it was not there yesterday when we streamed. I don't think it was there yesterday, at least when we streamed the local dirt track, and certainly was not there last weekend when we streamed the Cup and Xfinity Series races at where were they at last week? Was that Pocono or was that 2 weeks ago now? Oh yeah, no, last week was Atlanta. Oh, there we go. So they're coming back from commercial break. We will be getting ready for this one. I don't need that tab open anymore because we now know where that one is. SVG up into 11th place here. Lights are off on the pace car. We might be looking to go back green already, which would be a little concerning here because, again, most of these drivers have not pit recently. They've, say most of them pitting at lap 15 to 10 to 15 for most of the top 10. Shane Gesbergen, the furthest up of the drivers who pitted at that most recent caution, the one right before the end of the stage. What's your favorite vehicle? If you're talking about the NASCAR like Cup Xfinity trucks, honestly, it probably is a. I think it's very much track depending because I think if we're talking an intermediate oval, I think the next gen car has perfected the art of the intermediate racing. If we're talking a short track, I think I would probably have to say the trucks. If I can't say Indy cars, because I think Indy cars on a short oval is amazing, and we should be doing more of that. But that is neither here nor there. And then I honestly think the Xfinity Series, typically when SVG isn't in the field, tends to put on some of the best road course racing. I feel like the cars are more suited to the road racing style, so yeah, it is definitely. I would say it's definitely heavily track dependent as to which cars are better at which ones. So here we go. Pace cars pulling off the track, and we are. Oh no, sorry, I was one corner early here. Yep, here we go. Over the crest of the hill. Pit road is at the end of this track. His car is off. Field in the hands of the 00 and the 21. The 2 as we go green flag is out, and the 21 is going to pass his teammate here though before they even get to the start finish line, and we are going to have a green flag out with 16 laps to go. 16 more times around here as we've got Sheldon Creed, your stage 2 winner, trying to see if he can lead the rest of the way home. Connor Zilic up into the 5th position. We got big crash. Thomas Enezitia into the back, and the 54 of Taylor Gray gets shoved into it as he was slowing down. One of the other drivers gets involved. I would be shocked if there is not a caution flag because that is going to send out a debris field as he tries to find himself to a track exit. And saying, there it is. The entire rear bumper cover. Yet cannot leave that on the track. Caution flag flies for the 5th time today. And there it is. Caution flag is out. Zilich in 3rd. Van Gisbergen up to 8th for SVG. So SVG up into the 8th position here. That's going to be big. And yeah, so Anazetia there, and then Taylor Gray slows down to avoid it and then gets shoved into it by the 35, it looks like. And then the 70 drives off, leaving his rear bumper cover behind. So yeah, there's Taylor Gray. And he actually kind of gets shoved into it, actually, I think more so by the red car on the side that just kind of ran out of room beside him. But yeah, definitely not the way Taylor Gray wanted his race to go. That is a very unfortunate 1-2 combo to just get whopped with. But there we go. Again, we are chilling here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. So 5 caution flags. We have literally had. If we go green all the way to the checkers, we will have had 1 caution flag for every 10 laps of this race. And that includes 2 stages. But I'll say, one of the stages even had a caution flag, a natural caution to end it. So we only had 1 unnatural caution so far today. But yep. So yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. But yeah, so again, if you guys want to hear me talk more about NASCAR or auto racing in general, feel free to check out my friends over at Hands Down Media, where I am a weekly part of their podcast, The Lap Down, where we cover all things motorsports, recap the previous weekend's races, talk about the upcoming NASCAR race, make our race picks for the week. Tomorrow we actually have a special guest coming on as well, so that'll be fun. I believe we will also be live around 8 p.m. Eastern time for that. So again, check out the bottom link in the description, Handed Down Sports Media, and that will take you right to it. We also have we also have baseball podcast. We've got Biscuits and Penalties is our hockey podcast. We also have football, both pro and college. So there we go. All right, hey, wow, 2 people coming back at the same time. Let's skip around to ads. But yeah, so I was just talking about the podcast that I'm on, though, the Lap Down, hosted by my buddy Greg, and we usually have 3 or 4 of us on there, and we have a special guest joining us for this week, so should be a good episode. But yeah, so if you guys want to hear me talk more racing, if you guys want to hear people talk hockey or even baseball, all 3 of those podcasts are going pretty strong over at the Handed Down Sports Media channel. And we are also gearing up for the NFL season with both pro football and the return of the college football podcast. So the hard count is our pro football, and Passing the Pigskin will be the college football when they come back. So there's a lot of content. So if you're a sports fan, that would be a channel I would absolutely recommend you guys go subscribe to. Obviously, it's also a channel I am very much a part of because I am, again, a guest on. I'm one of their hosts of 2 of the different podcasts they're a part of. So there we go. Coming back from commercial break here for the NASCAR Xfinity Series as they go ahead and say again, they are under caution flag here. Creed out in front of the field. You've got Hill in 2nd, and then you've got Zilich in 3rd. Zilich in 3rd is going to be a tough one to try and hold off here. There we go. And we've got ourselves 21 people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that's decided to spend a portion of your very valuable Saturday afternoon here with us. As we are just chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so we're just working on getting this one ready to go. SVG up into the ninth, up to seventh here, driving car number 9. Currently, Sheldon Creed has the lead here. He's been leading ever since the caution right before the end of the stage. Right before the end of stage 2, they had a 2-lap restart where Sheldon Creed was able to take the lead from Jesse Love. And then Creed has led ever since. SVG had to come from 19th on the grid, and he has passed his way all the way up into the 7th position. So SVG is still easily the favorite to win, I think. Connor Zilic, though, who still holds, I believe, the fastest lap of the day, currently sits in 3rd place. And here we go. Choose cone. And to the bottom of the racetrack, we're going to see... Okay, so it's going to be... So it's going to be Creed and Hill on the front row. Zilic is going to be on the inside of row 2. So we've got ourselves a pretty good race here going. I'm hoping to see this one keep going here. But yeah, so we are chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Again, we got 14 to go. It'll be 13 to go when we take the green flag. So 13 laps is all that will be left here between these drivers and a trip to victory lane. Will it be Creed getting his first career win? Will Zilic take it to victory lane for what, the 3rd time this year, I believe? Will it be SVG showing his road course dominance again? Let's find out here as they go up and over the crest of this hill here. You can see the downtown buses in the background as this is a downtown city street. Pace car is off and the field is away. Green, green, green. Green flag is out. We are back to racing. And the 00 and the 88 on that inside line are going to be the control cars here down into turn 1. It is going to be imperative that if Hill is going to try and hang on to this one, he's got to hold tough on Zilic at the very least. He's got to be able to hold tough on Zilic and try and clear himself in front of Zilic. Zilic passes Austin Hill and moves himself up into 2nd. And yes, Zilic does still hold the fastest lap award. So as of right now, I think it's basically going to be Zilic versus Van Gisbergen. But Creed with the lead could do a good job to try and hold off. And again, Austin Hill keeping it very close to the back bumper of the... Oh, and now another car around! No! Please don't bring out a caution. Here we go. Down up the inside goes Zilic. Zilic looking for the lead. Connor Zilic to the lead. There it is. Connor Zilic. The second he knew there was a threat of a caution, he jumps up the inside, takes the lead away from Sheldon Creed, and everybody's starting to stack up here. They know that a caution could be coming out here. Have not seen an update about that car. That car looked like it had spun out, but the question is, did it have any damage? And if so, is the damage significant enough to cause a yellow? I'm guessing based on the amount of laps they've run that we've probably gotten it cleared, and we are there's no threat. But here we go. They take the they're gonna take this flag here. Take the green flag once again. 12 laps to go. 12 to go here. And here's the replay of what happened. So, okay, so the 71 clips the tire barrier and just spins out the 4. So, yeah, no serious damage there. They were able to keep this one going. Hey, Alan, how's it going? But yeah, we are going through this one. Let's see. So again, 12 laps to go here. Van Gisbergen up into the top 5. Let's see. Yeah, no worries. As I say, we all have different life things that get in the way. Totally understand it. Life is life. So again, right now Van Gisbergen's all the way up to 5th, though. He could have a real challenge for the lead here. Considering the fact that SVG is back in the top 10, we probably don't need the SVG tracker that we had put up there when he was back in the teens. So we'll go ahead and hide that away, but that will be something I will definitely consider using in the future. So here we go. SVG currently sitting here, first in. As they led the entirety of the first stage, all 15 laps, and led the first 10 laps of the second stage before ultimately pitting to for the first time to get some fuel in that car. And now he has moved his way all the way back up to 4th place here. So SVG to 4th place. He's got 2 drivers left before he has to fight off Zilich here. Yeah, life in the last 3 years has been hard. Yep. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people kind of struggled post pandemic with kind of even though it wasn't necessarily the pandemic itself, that the remnants from it definitely kind of left a lot of people behind where they thought they would be back in 2019 before the pandemic was even on the horizon. So there we go. All right, so again, right now, Creed and Hill hanging on to these 2 spots in between Zilich and SVG. It's going to be insane to watch these guys down the stretch trying to make this one happen. So again, 11 laps to go. Still plenty of time for SVG to find his way around the around the around the 3 drivers he needs to. But at some point, he is going to have to start making this one, because it looks like Zilich is trying to scoot away. And there it is, new fastest lap. The 88 just set a new fastest lap of the race. Let's say an 86.8 mile an hour lap average speed. That beats SVG's fastest lap by over half a mile an hour faster than SVG's best lap in this race. That is insane there for Zilich. Great job there by Connor Zilich. And again, he is trying to get away before the 9 of SVG clears these lap cars. Yep. Yeah, a lot of passing. My grandmother passed in June of 23, so my grandfathers had both passed a lot earlier, unfortunately, so that was the last of my grandparents that passed away there, so that was hard, but we've as I say, we've made it through that. SVG makes the pass on Austin Hill. SVG up into the 3rd position. SVG to 3rd. If he can get clear to 2nd, it is going to be a full-on blitz to try and catch Connor Zilich. Zilich trying to run away as fast as he can. He's starting to gap the 00. The question is, can SVG clear the 00 and run down Zilich in under 9 laps to go? 9 laps to go right now as they are working their way through this one. It'll probably be 8.5 to go by the time Zilich or by the time SVG gets up there to the 2nd position. All right, there we go. Yeah, Grandma passed in July. Grandpa passed in May, and the Friday of the long weekend. Yep. And here we go. SVG makes the pass on on Creed, and now it is time for the 1v1 here down the straightaways. It's going to be Zilich versus Van Gisbergen. Zilich gets a 3-second advantage here, but SVG, he is one of the strongest contenders here at these types of tracks. Taylor Gray only 9 points above Harrison Burton for the final playoff spot on points. Jeb Burton only 16 points to the good. Cool to see Jeb Burton in position to point his way in. And there it is, Taylor Gray out of the car and walking away from his race car that just got absolutely pummeled there. So again, SVG on the attack. Again, 8 laps to go. He's got time. The 88 is caught a lap car. The lap car of who dat? That is Matt DiBenedetto. That the 88 has caught for to put a lap down. If we get a caution flag, this entire conversation changes. But as of right now, it is SVG and Creed both trying to chase down Zilich. Although I am of the opinion, I think that Creed is going to get pretty much left behind in the dust here, while SVG is actually going to close in on Zilich. Although we'll have to wait and see, because I'm not sure that gap's getting all that much smaller here. Even in spite of the fact that Zilich had to go through had to go buy a lap car there. They're making things work here. Sanchez, Austin Green all up into the top 10. Good job on them. And again, oh man, the 44 of Brennan Poole side by side with Allgaier for position here. Brennan Poole and Justin Allgaier fighting it out for the 11th position on track here. I thought Matt DiBenedetto wouldn't come back to any NASCAR series. Yeah, I mean, the lack of funding definitely is what held him back, but ultimately he found a home in the Viking Motorsports number 99. Well, in the Viking Motorsports 99, and they have been able to provide him a car to race each and every week for to try and go for the championship here. And that is smoke coming out of the back of the 9 car, or sorry, the 7 car, not the 9 car. Don't worry, SVG is all good, but that is a lot of smoke. It might be tire smoke, might be engine smoke, but whatever it is, Allgaier is definitely not at 100% on that car. And it seems to happen when he's under braking, so my guess is maybe it's a brake issue. All right, so 7 laps to go. Again, SVG is closing in on Van Gisbergen. Van Gisbergen takes the fastest lap award away from Zilich there by 0.2 of a mile per hour. So there we go. Zilich, he's doing a good job at hanging on to this lead, but SVG just turned the new best lap. Yeah, I know. I miss. Yeah, my bad. It was the 7 car with tire smoke coming out from underneath him. And yeah, there's SVG getting his fastest lap award moved over to his car, not Zilich's. So, and caution flag flies. The yellow flag is out. We're going to get to see a restart between the 2 best drivers on track, Zilich and Van Gisbergen here. A caution flag is flown. The question is, what is it for? And who's affected here? But yeah, caution flag with 6 laps to go is going to be exciting. And it's the 35 buried in a tire barrier here. Caution flag flies. That is the 35. Who dat? Oh, 1 second. Just on screen a second ago here. Come on. That'll give Allgaier a chance to come into the pits here, but yeah, that is not good for the 88 because he was losing ground there. Oh, that's Andre Castro. And okay, are you kidding me? White on white text. White text on a white background. CW, I know you're kind of new to this whole covering NASCAR thing. Are you so new that you don't know that white text on a white background is probably not a great idea? Oh boy. Gotta love the TV providers when they make a silly goof like that. But yeah, so again, 6 laps to go now. Five more times around here. Again, they are under the caution flag. I think we might end up seeing a green white checker here. Say we might see a natural green white checker, so they'll go green with just 2 laps to go by within regulation still. So could be an interesting one here down the stretch, but yeah. So there we go. All right, so again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. And yeah, there we go. The head-to-heads. The head-to-heads last year. You had Watkins Glen. Yeah, you had Zilich who took a win off of SVG at Watkins Glen. Then at Kansas, SVG finished eighth, which is respectable. Zilich got the fourth that weekend. Then they both had middling runs at Homestead, Miami. But yeah, definitely some interesting runs here down the stretch of the 2024 season. Then obviously this year we've had some major improvements from the. Obviously Van Gisbergen moved up the Cup this year. Zilich has stayed, has become full time in the Xfinity Series. So definitely an interesting one as we're getting ready for this one. But hopefully everybody's having a good time. If you guys are, again, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. Been doing these types of streams now for a couple years and looking forward to doing many more. And we'll be doing the Cup race tomorrow. We'll be streaming the Cup Series. We'll be streaming the what time is IndyCar at? Please tell me it's not at the exact same time as NASCAR. Maybe we can cover both. IndyCar. 1 hour before Cup. Yep, I can't do both, so we will commit to NASCAR because NASCAR is the priority. There we go. Again, we are still under caution flag here with still 5 laps to go. Wow, these laps really do drag on just a little bit here. Alright, so here we go. Again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so there we go. They just crossed the line. 4 laps to go. 4 more times around here. Still the lights on the pace car. So it looks like we very well could end up going another 2 times around. And again, the lap count is starting to dwindle here. Again, SVG versus Illich, we could see a very intense 2 lap duel to the checkers here. We're coming down the stretch. It's going to be an intense one. Hopefully, you guys are excited. Let me know who you're rooting for. Do you guys think it's going to be Zilich? You think it's going to be Van Gisbergen? You think they wreck each other and it goes to Sheldon Creed? What a way for Creed to win his first race if Zilich and Van Gisbergen take each other out on the road course. That would be what a way for a driver to get their first NASCAR Xfinity Series win. And there we go. Austin Green up into the top 10. Good run for him. And I say not quite a win, but hey, I think he and his team will take it. Same thing there with the parking machine of Josh Williams. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. And oh, yep, there it is. The 7 of Allgaier hits pit road and a lot of smoke coming out of that thing. So they're going to go to town, see if they can figure out what's wrong with the 7 of Allgaier here. But Allgaier out of any shot to win this race. So again, we're just chilling out here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. So, you know, Allgaier on pit road. That is an unfortunate way for it to end. For his day to end here. They're erasing any positive progress there with a trip down pit road that'll take a good chunk of a lap. So yeah, I'm really I'm starting to get hungry for dinner too. So, granted, I didn't have much for lunch, so it makes sense why I'd be hungry for dinner. But yeah, we are just chilling out here and getting ready for what looks like it's going to be a 3-lap duel. Zilich versus Van Gisbergen. Lights are still on the pace car, so we might be going around another time, which means it'll be a 2-lap duel. 2-lap battle between two of the greatest road course drivers in the Xfinity Series today. You've got Connor Zilich, you've got SVG. Honestly, I think they're two of the best road course races the Xfinity Series has seen in a long while. I mean, AJ Allgaier is great, and I will never diminish what he's done. But the amount of speed these two have brought to these road courses feels like almost another level above what Allmendinger did. And again, not trying to diminish anything Allmendinger's done. I love him. Honestly, feel bad for Allgaier. Yeah, I hate it for him, but I also it's just kind of one of those bad luck things. And on the plus side, it wasn't like he was having a winning day to begin with, which is the one very small silver lining I can give. At least it didn't happen when he was leading the race, like when Carson Hocevar lost an engine while running near the front at Charlotte. Or was that a tire that he lost that time, and then it was the but yeah, there we go. This is the first time you've ever seen the Chicago Road Course. Well, yeah, welcome on in. It's been here. They've run here. This is their 3rd year running it. I believe it is the last year of a 3-year contract with the city of Chicago. So we don't yet know what the future of this racetrack holds. It could be the last Chicago street course race. Yeah, but finally we get a race weekend where, knock on wood, up to this point, weather has not been a major feature, although I believe weather is expected for the Grant Park area, which is the part of Chicago that they do this race in. Yeah, for the Cup race, so it is going to be interesting here. Choose cone. It's basically just going to be, say, Zilich and SVG to the front of the field. And everybody else will line up behind them. But I think it is basically just a 2-car duel here. You're gonna have Connor, you're gonna have SVG, and that will be the duel to the checkers. here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so there we go. Again, it'll be 2 laps to go when they go green here. It is going to be an exciting one, though. Alright, so there we go. Oh, let's say lined up, ready to go racing here. Well, again, if you tune in tomorrow, you'll get one more chance to see it. But yeah, we don't know what the future holds here. As the pace car is off, green flag is out, and we are back to racing. I don't know. I like the track, and I feel like it puts on pretty decent racing for a road course. But I also can't deny that with the way that the next gen car, oh, Zillage up into the fence. Connor Zillage gets run wide into the fence by SVG. Zillage still on the inside of 3 wide, fights back to second, and Connor Zillage hangs on here. He's going to try and hopefully he's going to be able to attempt to get to pay back SVG for that one. But man, Shane Gisbergen just ran the young rookie out of room. And yeah, there we go. SVG to the lead. But yeah, with the way the next gen car races, I honestly think that Chicagoland Speedway, if it's between the streets of Chicago or Chicagoland Speedway, I think that one just puts on a better race. No, but there has been rumors that we might be getting a street circuit at either San Diego, I believe has been named as a potential city as an option, or Philadelphia. I would love San Diego because it would give NASCAR another presence in California outside of just Sonoma, versus going to Philadelphia where you're got Pocono literally right there, and I don't want it to take away a Pocono date. So if you are gonna run the street course concept, I would be voting for San Diego over Philly. But here we go. White flag is out. SVG to the lead. Connor Zillage in second. I don't know if Zillage is going to have enough to get it done here. Yeah, I say Zillage is doing everything he can. Oh, SVG tags the wall a little bit there in the same spot that he ran the 88 wide here. As they're heading down this short chute here down towards turn 3. Let's say right now I think the 88 is Zillage. He is lurking here. I would like San Diego. Yeah, I think San Diego would be a great city for it. The big thing is NASCAR wants to go to somewhere that they can kind of make their own rather than just being an addition at, say, Long Beach for the Indy cars or joining F1 down in Miami. So here we go. Again, SVG holding on here. He's got Zillage on the back bumper. Zillage going to be looking for a little bit of revenge after getting shoved wide into the fence here. A great duel between 2 masters of the road course. You've got SVG, the experienced veteran from New Zealand. You've got Connor Zillage, the young American rookie here, coming through the last couple of corners here as they head up over the crest of the hill. 1 lap to go. Final 2 corners here. Connor Zillage is not going to get there, and it's going to be SVG taking the win here at Chicago. Connor Zillage will be relegated to the 2nd finishing position. Sheldon Creed 3rd, 4th Austin Hill, and rounding our top 5, it is going to be Nick Sanchez in the 48. Yeah, rounding out your top 5. As per usual, we will go through the full finishing order, but of course, if you guys do just come for the race results, that will be the end of this one. So there we go. Let's see. So I think this camera layout should have the should be good for this one. Let's move me over here. So yeah, I think this should be good for the one. But yeah, so again, SVG, an amazing duel down the stretch between 2 drivers. Made that race a whole lot more interesting than it looked like it was going to be. But again, SVG getting the win. great job for Shane Van Gisbergen. Connor Zilic coming home in the second position. Um, Third place will be Sheldon Creed. Again, we'll go through the full finishing order, giving a shout out to all the drivers. But man, I feel terrible for Zilic. He got done so dirty by SVG there, just running him wide and just ran him out of room. I mean, it kind of is what you have to do at these types of tracks because it is just fairly narrow, and I'm not sure. I'm almost confident that I don't think, I don't think SVG meant anything by it, but yeah, you hate to see it. So again, we had Sammy Smith coming. Yeah. Okay, so we had Sheldon Creed was where we left off. Austin Hill fourth, fifth Nick Sanchez, sixth will be Jesse Love, seventh Sammy Smith, Sam Mayer coming home in the eighth position, Austin Green ninth, and Brendan Poole with a top 10 finish on the day in the Toxic Waste Machine. Nice. Josh Williams gets 11th in car number 11. Cool finish there, and a great day for the Colleague Racing team. Alex LeBay coming home in the 12th position. Harrison Burton with a great 13th place finish to try and put himself in contention to try and make the playoffs here. I believe he is single-digit points out beneath Taylor Gray, who DNF'd this race. So that will be a big one to keep an eye on down the stretch here as SVG does a massive burnout on the front stretch, celebrating with the fans. So, but yeah, then we had Dean Thompson 14th and Christian Eckes rounding out your top 15 finishers. Friend of the channel, Carson Quapple, who we had on the channel last August for an interview. Yeah, he comes home in the 11th position. Thomas Enezitia, after being involved in a wreck earlier in the day, comes home in the 17th position. Blaine Perkins, a very silent 18th place finish. Daniel Dye, 19th. And Kyle C. rounding out your top 20 finishers on the day. Brandon Jones coming home 21st. 22nd for Taz Gralla. Yeah, 23rd is where we find Justin Allgaier coming up short with the blown motor. Then we got Parker Retzloff 24th, 25th for Ryan Ellis, 26th for Connor Mozak. 27th for Jeb Burton, 28th Matt DiBenedetto. 29th Preston Pardis, and rounding out your top 30 is going to be Jeremy Clements. Brad Perez coming home 31st, 34th. 31st for Brad Perez. 32nd will be Jack Perkins. 33rd is going to be where we find Andre Castro, who was our final DNF of the day. Then we had Taylor Gray, who went out of the race after contact in one of the incidents there, ended, I think, knocking the radiator out of it or something. Ultimately, Taylor Gray, disappointing finish here. Hoping to be able to bounce back at Sonoma next week. So another road course. Then we got Balicki 35th. 36th is Anthony Alfredo, which I don't know why he's being shown as the fastest lap of the day. He definitely did not have the fastest lap of the day. Yeah, and then you have William Sawalich and Ryan C. grounding out your 38-car field from today's race. Again, tomorrow we will be back for the NASCAR Cup Series race. Look for the live stream around 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Live stream, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your night. Have a great night, everybody, and goodbye!